law.
The only live local news in Northeast Arkansas. Region 8 News at 6 starts now.
Jonesboro police are investigating after gummies were shared by a student with others that sent 6 students to the hospital. Imani Williams is outside the Jonesboro Math and Science Magnet School right now. And Imani, do we know how the students are doing tonight?
Diana, we still don't know how those students are doing, but I did speak with a parent that has a student here at Math and Science, and she said today was scary because she didn't even know about the incident until she got a phone call from another parent that had a child that was taken to the hospital today. And she said when she got that phone call that gummies were present at Math and Science, she immediately came to the school and picked up her child for fear of not knowing if her child had ingested one of those gummies. Now, I did speak with the superintendent, Dr. Kim Wilbanks, and she said the district is unaware where the first grader got the gummies in the first place, but she said they have a rule in place that helped catch the incident.
I want to commend the individuals who were in the cafeteria. We have a policy that children can't share food, which on the surface doesn't seem like a necessary policy, but in this case, that's why we knew immediately when we began, we immediately caught that.
Now, the parent I spoke with said although we are 2 months out from Halloween, children are still bringing candy home from Christmas parties. So she said it is important to check the candy kids come home with. Now, we've been seeing these type of incidents across the country and more common now. And you'll hear from Dr. Kim Wilbanks more about how this is concerning. Live in Jonesboro, Imani Williams, Region 8 News.
Imani, thank you. And as details emerge in this developing story, we'll bring that information to you on the Region 8 News app. Well, a hectic night on the hardwood in what started as a varsity boys matchup in basketball between Mark Tree and Osceola turned into something much different when fans were forced to leave the game. Add to that a shots fired call earlier in the day, and it caused a lot of questions. Griffin Demaray was in Osceola to find answers for you.
It's almost like one giant game of telephone here in Osceola Thursday night after there was a shooting involving a juvenile, along with everyone being escorted out of the basketball game later in the evening, led a lot of people to think what was going on.
Always err on the side of caution is what one of my mentors told me, and so when it comes to safety and security, if it feels wrong, again, we just go ahead and we shut it down.
That is exactly what Osceola Superintendent Toriano Green did when the district decided to ask everyone to leave the arena after there was an altercation between 2 fans. Now, although Osceola police have no evidence at this point to say that a criminal act even occurred at the high school and caused the initial panic, the school felt they needed to blow the whistle.
If we feel as a collective unit that the safety of any patrons are going to be at stake, we put our safety precautions in place.
The incident at the arena, coupled with a shooting earlier in the day involving a juvenile, led people to believe that the events were connected. But OPD said there is nothing at this time to prove they were.
As far as we know now, without 100% confirmation of anything, we believe they're 2 completely separate incidents with no relation to one another.
At the end of the day, Dr. Green says all sporting events are safe and encourages people to come out and support the Seminoles.
Feel free to come and attend our events here at Seminole Arena as well as Osceola Football Stadium when we open back up. And so we're a safe school, and we just put safety first.
In Osceola, Griffin Demaray, Region 8 News.
Griffin, thank you. We are working to obtain video from the arena where we will receive, when we receive it rather, we will post that on KAIT8.com. That breaking news is out of Jonesboro. A bishop with the Arkansas United Methodist Church has suspended First United Methodist Church Reverend John Miles from all pastoral duties. In a letter, the bishop cites a meeting held last night at the church was not authorized in accordance with the long-held church structure. Earlier this year, the First United Methodist Church of Jonesboro voted to disaffiliate. That was not ratified at the state level. Region 8 News will continue to track this developing story. New tonight, police documents reveal a man accused of shooting and killing a southern Arkansas police officer was no stranger to Northeast Arkansas police. This newly obtained body camera video shows Jonesboro police officers responding to a call involving Jacob Barnes in August of 2021. Barnes is accused of killing a Stuttgart officer earlier this week before he was killed by police. According to an 8-page police report, police were called to Jonesboro Animal Control just off of Highland for a man wearing a bulletproof vest and armed with guns.
Sir, show us your hands, please. Walk towards us. Walk towards us. Leave everything in the car. Just walk towards us. Keep your hands in the air. Stay right where you're at. Just comply with them and everything will go great.
In this body camera video, you can hear officers ordering Barnes to the ground before he is placed into handcuffs. During the encounter, police found several guns inside the car. Barnes, who had a dog in his car, said he was at the Jonesboro Animal Control office to adopt another dog. Now, Barnes was eventually arrested and booked into the Craighead County Detention Center for carrying a weapon, disorderly conduct, and possession of a firearm by a certain person. The last charge was because it was believed he was on probation and not allowed to have a gun. All of the charges were eventually dropped. A federal judge sentenced a Newport man to 10 years in prison for possession of pipe bombs. A news release said Darius Ballantyne pleaded guilty 2 months later. In 2020, officers visited his home and found a pistol and bottles designed as explosive devices. He pleaded guilty earlier this year along with Wayne Riley of Pleasant Plains, who was also sentenced to 10 years. Well, it's cold out there right now, but at least we did get a good day of sunshine in, Jace.
We did, and at 5 o'clock we showed just a gorgeous sunset. What a way to end the day. But as you can see behind me from our First National Bank weather camera, looking back off towards Arkansas State, traffic's flowing good there, and the sun has since went down. But across Region 8, we are dry and clear. Majority of the precipitation stayed well to our south, allowing the sun to shine and giving us an absolutely beautiful sunset. Current temperatures across Region 8, we're at 36 in Mountain Home, 34 in West Plains, 41 in Jonesboro, and 42 in Harrisburg. So if you're getting out, make sure you go ahead and grab that jacket. Over the next few hours, temperatures will start dropping down. We're below freezing by 1 a.m. and I'll have a look at maybe some below average temperatures and maybe even some snowfall in your 8-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Jace. A social media app banned for state employees. Next at 6, the concerns from the governor. And later, new data on unemployment in Arkansas. A look at the job force last month. New at 6, Governor Asa Hutchinson has announced a ban on TikTok for state employees. He said that TikTok's data collection practices create a national security risk. TikTok is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance. Other governors across the country have since banned TikTok from state-owned devices.
Retirees get ready for a pay increase, the bump in Social Security, and the debate over what to do next.
New details. The Department of Labor said the unemployment rate in Arkansas has increased. The state's unemployment rate jumped 0.1 of a percentage point to 3.7 in November. However, data shows there are still 14,000 more employed in the state compared to last year. Well, if you receive Social Security, you're about to see a bigger number on your checks. Our Washington reporter Jamie Bittner explains the pay bump coming next year and the future of the program.
for many seniors, the bump in Social Security couldn't come fast enough. The 8.7% increase is the largest in 40 years, but it's a short-term fix for a long-term problem. Most seniors are living on under $30,000 a year, says AARP, so next year's cost of living adjustment, otherwise known as COLA, is a sigh of relief.
Really super important that we have this COLA over time, because you can imagine what the impact of 1 year of high inflation is, but you can see what happens over a period of years. You fall further and further behind each year.
Democratic Representative John Larson says Congress needs to do more. Officials have warned the program is in danger of running short on money in the next 15 years.
They're going to get a big bump in COLA because of this pandemic this year, but that formula needs to be fixed. And everybody needs an across-the-board increase because there hasn't been one in 51 years.
Plus, he wants to get rid of a tax cap that he says protects the rich.
Who are they? People making over $400,000, who, for many, stopped paying into Social Security on January 2nd.
The easiest thing always for Democrats is to raise taxes and raise fees, and all that does is reduce hurt the economy.
Republican Senator Rick Scott has called for Social Security to be reevaluated every 5 years, but he says that doesn't mean he wants to cut the program.
I will not cut Medicare benefits or Social Security benefits.
And he blames too much government spending for putting it at risk.
We ought to make sure that these programs are preserved, and the way you make sure those programs are preserved is you go through them every year.
Other Republicans have suggested raising the retirement age from 67 to 70 or updating the payment formula. In Washington, I'm Jamie Bittner.
Over the past few days, we've been gloomy, but we were dry today. The sun came out and it even treated us to just an absolutely gorgeous sunset. But the sun has since went down across Region 8, but we are still dry. All the precipitation mainly stayed down to our south, allowing the sun to come out and treating us to just an absolutely gorgeous sunset. Temperatures across Region 8, a little chilly if you're headed outside. 41 in Jonesboro, 42 in Harrisburg, already down to 34 in West Plains and 36 in Mountain Home. Over the next few hours, temperatures will start to go down to just about freezing, some places below freezing by 1 a.m., hanging on to that west-southwesterly wind. What are we watching for? We're sunny tomorrow. Sun comes back out tomorrow. Snow showers and rain could move in on Monday. And behind that, some below average chilly temperatures start to move in. So let's break this down day by day. Here we are on Sunday. Notice we're still dry, but on Monday, rain and wintry mix start to move in. Now, we can't rule out maybe a stray snow shower or two on Tuesday, but as that moves out, we're dry. But notice on Thursday, we start to get another round of snow, and this is a more potent Arctic system. I think this will be our best chance at maybe getting some light snow accumulations, and that moves out as well. For your day tomorrow, none of that. We're dry. Sun comes out. We're at 38 by noon, 40 by 3 p.m., hanging on to that westerly wind. So it could be breezy at times, but notice we are waking up in the mid-20s. 8-day high temperatures, we're at 41 on Sunday, 39 on Monday, but the big story comes midweek where we drop to 35 on Wednesday. How about 24 on Friday and 26 on Saturday? Here's a look from our First National Bank weather camera there, looking back in Hardy at the intersection of 167 there. Beautiful evening there. And here's a look from Hilltop. Oh, nope. Tonight we're sitting at 29, mostly clear with a few passing clouds. And for your day tomorrow, we're at 40, sunny but cool, 0% chance of rain. So the sun comes back out. But notice on the 8-day forecast, 40 on Saturday, 41 on Sunday. We have a 30% chance of precipitation. Snow showers are possible. 39 on Monday, 41 on Tuesday, 35 on Wednesday. Notice we're waking up in the 20s on Thursday. Snow showers possible there, 30%. Like I said, I think that's our best chance. That's a more potent system than the one coming in on Monday. Waking up in the teens on Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be cold to round out the weekend.
Santa and the reindeer are going to be extremely cold when they hit Arkansas.
Headed out for those Christmas parties, make sure you grab that jacket, maybe even a sled.
Yes, very much so. All right, thank you, Jace. Well, the countdown to signing day continues. Chris Hutchison has an update on Red Wolves recruiting next in sports.
Region 8 Sports with Sports Director Chris Hutchison.
We'll kick things off with Red Wolves recruiting. Arkansas State football continues to assemble their 2023 class. We're 5 days away from the early signing period. Butch Jones making a Texas swing to find new Red Wolves. Lamar offensive lineman Jacob Bayer committed to A-State on Wednesday. He entered the transfer portal after a couple seasons in FCS. The 6'4", 284-pounder had offers from Sunbelt, AAC, Mountain West, and MAC schools. Harker Heights cornerback DeAubrey Hood also committed to the Red Wolves on Wednesday. He earned all district honors playing 6A Texas high school football. Hood had 79 tackles, 5 TFL, 12 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions this season.
He was really funny. He got close with my mom, got close with my dad. So it really stood out to me, and it made me feel it made me more comfortable to know that's where I wanted to go. I like the facilities, I like the coaching staff. Me and the cornerback coach really hit it off as soon as I got there, and it just feels like home to me. This is something I've been wanting to do since I started playing football, and I'm just happy that my dreams finally coming true.
Arkansas State is on pace to have the #1 recruiting class in the Sun Belt for the 2nd straight season. Rivals ranks the Red Wolves number 71 overall, ahead of 6 Power 5 schools. Prospects can put pen to paper to make it official starting December 21st. Arkansas State women's hoops snapped a 2-game skid in style. Izzy Higginbottom dropped 19 points last night as the Red Wolves beat Grambling 79-66. Melody Kapinga had 10 points and 9 rebounds. 23 and 42 are quickly becoming leaders of the pack.
Why would my teammates listen to me trying to hold them accountable if I'm not holding myself accountable? So that's just kind of one thing that I'm going to make sure that I get my work in. I'm going to make sure that I'm being disciplined, because how can I expect anybody else to do that when I'm not doing it?
For me, I do the little things. When my teammates are in their heads, I tell them, hey, next play. Hey, get out your head. We're good. On the court and off the court, but mainly on the court, I try to keep my team on one page, keep them together. So sometimes, you make a bad play, you tend to shy away. But hey, you good. You good. So, yeah, that's my role on the court right now.
Next up for A-State women's hoops is a trip to Little Rock. The Red Wolves tangle with the Trojans Sunday at 1 on ESPN+. From the Den to the Hill, it's been a tumultuous few days for Razorback football. Defensive coordinator Barry Odom was named the new UNLV head coach. Dowell Loggins is now the South Carolina offensive coordinator. Stanford's Morgan Turner will now coach the Hog tight ends. Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman on the mic today as Liberty Bowl preps continue.
We'll have today and tomorrow, and it will be basically us versus us, and then get a little bit into Kansas starting on Monday. The defensive coordinator hire, we're closing in on that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do as far as announcing that. I think I'm weighing our program, possibilities of hurting our recruiting versus hurting somebody else's, some other universities' recruiting. It is so close to signing date, so I'm closing in on that.
Saturday is a buffet of high school basketball. The 75th NEA tournament tips off, and there's 15 games on the schedule. 7 of them are at Blazer Arena. Logan Whaley will cover the Valley View matchups. Meanwhile, I'll be in Brooklyn. There's 8 games slated at Bearcat Arena. We'll have highlights on air and on the Region 8 News app. That's a look at sports. I'm Chris Hutchison.
Those gloomy skies gone. We can see the stars.
Oh, yeah.
So nice. How long will it stay?
Well, the sun will stick around for at least the weekend. We'll be able to be dry throughout the weekend. We'll be sunny and 40 on Saturday, 41 on Sunday. Notice to start off your work week, 30% chance of precipitation. Snow not out of the question. Still a lot to be answered there. 39, 41 on Tuesday. 35 on Wednesday, waking up in the 20s on Thursday, maybe some snow showers. I think Thursday with a more potent system, more Arctic air coming in, that'll be our best chance at snow. And we start to really get cold headed into Friday and Saturday, waking up in the teens during the weekend.
Kids are out of school, so that's all right.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of snow. All right. Thank you, Jace. And thank you for joining us for Region 8 News at 6. We'll be back here again tonight at 10, and we hope to see you then.